Okay, I'm back. So we finished the campaign now. So now it's the end game mode. Just want to make sure the sound's working before I kick off. At the moment the Stormfall Palace is already constructed and you will need to complete projects there if you are to unlock the construction projects of each building. So I did actually watch, for this part, I did watch a few tutorials. So Ziggy D is another streamer who makes lots of good videos in Path of Exile and recently in Wolcen as well. So he gave me some tips. So we want to focus on palace upgrades first to get max productivity and available projects. Okay, each building unlocks various gameplay features. To access a building, click on its corresponding icon, so all these icons on there. Once within a building, you will need to launch a construction project to unlock its functions. To help you understand what these functions are, each building has a tutorial that can be accessed by clicking the question mark in the top right corner of each building's window. At the moment, the Stormfall Palace is already constructed and you will need to complete projects there if you are to unlock the construction projects of each building. Open the Stormfall Palace window now by clicking on its icon.
I can barely get her to speak. It's as though the fog is still there, surrounding her and shrouding her view of the world. I look into her eyes and nothingness stares back. I don't know what to do.
I'm so sorry. It's been hard. I don't think anyone has properly recovered. Everything feels a little quieter. Even those who escaped it find it difficult to talk about.
Ah, so what happened?
Welcome to the Diamond Council, my lady. Here we will focus on the most pressing domestic matters. Ordering the construction of new infrastructure, for example, that will allow our existing enterprises to thrive.
Roads, workshops, defenses, irrigation networks, anything like that.
Irrigation networks? Oddly specific, Valence.
Oh, no, not particularly.
You'll have to get used to this maneuvering, my lady. Valence is of House Blacktide, a noble house that invests heavily in Stormfall's agriculture and sells a lot of excess produce beyond our borders. So you see, everyone here wants something from you. Be sure to watch your step.
Do not play coy, Valence. You cannot.
Excuse me, but are there any other urgent matters you wish to discuss?
No, my lady.
Oh, not particularly, my lady.
Nothing from me, my lady.
Then we shall adjourn the council. I will recall you when I have need of guidance.
So this. Buildings give access to various features through projects. You must first start the construction of a building before you can access its other projects. Productivity helps complete projects. Every project requires a set amount of productivity to be completed at the end of every turn. Stormfall's productivity is allocated to each of your active projects, increasing your base productivity by constructing buildings and completing projects in the palace. Projects are key. You can see your active projects and their progression on the left. Once a project has started, cancelling it will not refund its base cost and you will have to start over. Turn.
Excuse me, my lady. In these times of uncertainty, Stormfall requires a firm guiding hand. Perhaps
turn. A turn is completed when successfully finishing an activity from the mandates board or the expedition. So we have to do expeditions or mandates. Okay, activities complete a mandate or an expedition to end the turn. The harder the challenge, the higher the productivity bonus is at the end of the turn, allowing you to complete projects fast. Okay, training facilities. So we want to focus on getting stuff done here first, and this is locked because we need training facilities first. So this is the first one, requires 10 productivity.
Certainly, my lady. I will organize a workforce to handle the project.
Diamond Bank, and Nankis's artifact, Primordial Institute, Seeker and Garrison. So after all the palace upgrades, Ziggy recommended we go for max Seeker's Garrison. So this one, Shipyard, this one, and Stormfall Trade Assembly, this one. Okay, cool. So we will need a turn Completing a turn. You will need to complete a turn before your productivity is allocated to the project. In order to complete a turn, you will first need to successfully complete an activity, manage your expeditions. The harder the challenge, the more productivity will be added to your various projects, but fail and the turn will not pass. Go to the mandate board or the expeditions map now and select an activity to undertake. Also, got an extra point for this. So the last one means we need to unlock. Okay. What I wanted to do first, I wanted to check how much does it cost to reset our passive tree.
Come again soon?
Now, where did I leave that book?
Beauty has a function unto itself.
Is it in there? Reset passes for 1075. Okay, how much do we have? Oof, it's gonna take all of our currency. Might actually be alright. Let me just bring up the planned. So I had a planned build for around the year I want to follow. So it's fairly similar to Dan Gaming build. So there is a site called Wolcen-universe.com. Anyone's interested, you can actually paste it in chat. That is the build that I'm going to try and follow. I think it's mostly similar to what Dan was building on his skill tree with his build. So it's not my own, but I like the skills. I'm going to use all that. Also, let's have some of these for later. I'm going to use this though. Replace that. Genesis Stone. Support 3. Plus 13 attack and casting speed score. A tier 12 gem is a Genesis Stone. Any other sockets? This is socket. Support 3. Defense. Okay. Looks okay in there. 210, 164 shield. So for this one. Foreboding Memento Catalyst. Okay, I'll sell those.
What are you looking for? A new weapon, perhaps?
And reset of the passives. Alright, now we've got lots of passive skill points. And to bring it up again. Spend it in the right way and get my tree organized in the right way as well. I think you can do that. No, you can't. Guess you have to do it one by one. Okay. And then make sure I'm following the right one. Gods amongst men. And for this one. So yeah, I'm going for the keystones first, trying to get the right ones. Okay. And then I'll do just the outer wheel a bit. We want this one. Let me check. So this is one of them. So this way. So it's equidistant to go to this side and to this one, because we want one of each. So this one first, because that's the willpower generated is transferred into rage. Willpower regen is applied to rage instead, passively generates rage instead of willpower. Critical one. Confirm. And this one. Skills cast at this increased cost deal double damage. Okay, before we go for that, go for the other critical one, which is not super critical. Over there, probing weakness. Confirm. And this one. So there's a bit of traveling. This one. 200 max willpower in the range. 100 and 100. Confirm. And this way is another 150. And so my one is only like early level 50s, so we can definitely expand it a bit later. It's also a node here. Plus 1 stamina. This one? Yeah, 100 max willpower and rage. Traveling and done first. 2. I think that was the longest traveling one. That one. So it's given us a lot of extra rage. And because we now have this one, we do rage is the one that's max, so 1650. So next up we can get this one, which says skills have more than 100 rage cost when it's cost over 750, but skills cost at this increases double damage. And then this one increases chance to double attack damage while probing weakness is active. And I think the skills was not the same, and this comes back to a does not auto dash. Do you want to auto dash? So probing weakness, chance for attacks to deal double damage, but if you dodge roll, it's my understanding, if you dodge roll, this changes the stance. So that as the movement skill does not become the movement skill anymore. So in terms of skill window, do this. So you're going to move this back to that one and do the key binds that way again and completely not use dodge roll as the movement skill. So, Wings of Ishmael. And do you want the hammer? Bleed stack. Haven't seen what this one does. I can try this for a bit. Yeah, so the main one, damage dealing one, is this one. And this one to generate more rage. This one to pull enemies closer, and then this one to move. And I'm going to change my skill binds. Controls. So skill slot 1, active dodge. I'm not going to use anymore. So double click and change this back to 1, 2, 3, 5. Apply. And I can change this one back to shift. It's fine. Accept. Return to game. We can do this. Because it's now going the other way. We can do 2 of them. As long as it's above 750, it's going to deal double damage. Except if we do that. Which we can. There we go. Double damage again. Ah, so we need to watch. We stay above 750 rage to deal the double damage. Okay. Let's do this guy. Ah, was it supposed to that guy? We need to do. Okay, I think I'm just gonna change that window. Get my other one back. Expeditions!
What do you want?
This is the expeditions map. Here you can accept quests to explore difficult dungeons for greater rewards. Once an expedition has started, you can only come back to Stormfall when reaching the end of a floor. Should you decide to continue, the dungeon will become more difficult, but the rewards will increase too. You can further increase the difficulty and rewards by adding area modifiers.
You should have seen me in my prime. I was a real charmer.
You can further increase difficulty by adding area modifiers. Click roll area modifiers to add them to the expedition. Add enough area modifiers and you may get the opportunity to lure powerful enemies for even better rewards. Finally, if you have a special mission item, use it here to access
They say time passes quicker when you're old.
Once you've selected your difficulty level, accept the quest and go through the portal to begin. Area modifier, 2500 gold. Enemy level 40. We are level 43.
Come back soon. I'll be here as always.
20% magic find. Pestilence scatter boss modifier. Clear untainted. Ah, okay. And pay 2500 for more. Underling enemies have 98% maximum health, or extra 20% and more productivity. Ooh. Champion enemies have 57 max health. Chance of 4 enemies to spawn weak enemies upon a death. Underling enemies have 29%. Lead chance. Sure. And enemies have -43 duration of crowd control effects received. Sure. Clear untainted. Okay. So total percent 80% magic find, 32 item quantity, and 60% productivity. Okay. Ah, okay. And a portal for us. An expedition is already ongoing. Maddening whispers. The choice of that matters. Okay. Reached Urhana Necropolis. Oops. Ooh. Transfer text to do double damage. Ah, yeah, okay, we shouldn't do too much. Trying to keep our rage high. The duration of this to last a little bit longer. Feels like. Let me check. Skills window. This one's leveled up. 2 out of 2. Generates rage for each enemy hit along the hammer's recoil trajectory. 7 damage. This one is already plus 4 seconds. Last one. I'm gonna need that right now. Ooh, mini dungeon, where is it?
Not happening.
Ah, that travel skill as well is also a rage generator. Is that a chest? That is a chest. Yeah, so it's a slightly different playstyle than what I was playing. And just need to get used to that now. Large rage potion. That's what we already have, right? Yeah. It's a tier. Common. Common. Yeah, we definitely want to increase our speed on this.
It's not possible. That's not happening.
And probably also stop some of these chest openings, compulsive chest openings. Those things.
Not happening.
Whoopsie. Ah. What?
It's not possible.
Okay. Red chest. I think a red chest is probably these interact primordial affinity stuff. Might want to work on our cooldown reduction as well. With that leap as an example, we're gonna need to cast a lot if we really want it to replace dodge.
That's not happening. No. That's not happening. I can't be done.
Ooh, starting a pistol. I'm not sure what I did exactly. Well, this quest stuff work. Chest stuff. But we got 2 legendaries.
Nope, that won't fit.
Oh, look at that. 2. Kill the agent. Can you teleport and tell? Ah, you cannot use it. Okay. Look. 27 4 shield. Nope. Okay, lots of resistances. 411 4 shield. Always. Percentage material damage, rain damage to attacks, toxic damage to attacks, material resistance, 80% plus 84 shield. Ohm's Echo removes a random magic effect and adds another when used on an item. It will consume all socketed gems to guarantee a new magic effect whose power depends on the gem's levels and whose type is chosen randomly among all the types of the gems on the item. Cannot be applied on legendary and unique items. Okay, so we might have to at some point stop picking up stuff. Yellow stuff looks like. Unless it's much higher level. Or maybe something we can use. The boss. Not yet. Wait.
Not happening.
No. Okay. Let's teleport it or somewhere. Ah. The Stormfall or...
I don't have enough space.
Okay. I'm not sure. Ah, we do have this. Sweet. So, Resistance always. Okay, 585, 50-30 always. Attack speed, cooldown reduction 76. That's a lot of extra force shield and goes on that. Agility always scores. I think I'm going to save the red ones. Always. This one's got 100 and 134 for material and elemental. +50 crit hit chance score. Check something. Crit hit chance score. So if we let me just check this. How much, because it's a score and not a percentage. I want to check what it will actually do. 28.82. $31.5. Okay. Rage and willpower cost reduction. Kill resistance score. We like crit hit chance because now our crits, we want very high crit hit chance. Okay, 450.